My wife barged in with pizza. That
Yeah.
lovely woman.
And then we just all went blank.
Yeah,
And,
went blank.
So we were talking about the Dixie can, and then we talked about the boot
Yeah.
pistol as
Yeah.
well.
And then I started talking about something else.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about
Pirates.
UEP Long. Pirates, UEP Long.
UEP Long. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? If it's in here, I have a really cool pirate story. If it's in here. It is not. Somewhere in here, I have a Spanish real. I really should know where that's at because that's really expensive. So somewhere in here, I have a Spanish real that I dug in Thibodeau along Bayou Lafourche. The interesting part is the property that I dug it on was so Bowie knife. Jim Bowie's brother and mother owned the property along Bayou Lafourche, right by Nickel State. You could look it up.
Really?
There's a house, a picture on Google. You can find it.
Huh.
Jean,
pretty cool.
Jean Lafitte and Jim Bowie were actually business partners, and no one knows about this because Jean Lafitte would capture these ships. Sometimes it was spices, silk, you know, other things like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes it was a slave ship, and there was nothing but slaves on it. Jean Lafitte would take them, bring them to that location. Jim Bowie would take them and bring them into New Orleans because Jean Lafitte couldn't go to New Orleans. He had a bounty on his head. So they were business partners. On that property, I found that Spanish real. That Spanish real was related to like the bottom of Mexico or wherever. So that's almost 100% positive that came from, I would guess, a pirate.
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
But another interesting, this is an artifact that I found on that same property, and this was part of a black powder musket. This is the part that would be underneath the musket, and the ramrod would be under here.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting about it is there's a face carved in it. with some
About to
eyes.
ask, it looks like they got a face in there.
Yeah, and to me that looks like Aztec.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does.
It resembles that. So I would think that maybe, you know, the pirates or whatever that were in that area or along that coast might have seen something and like carved that
Carved it.
onto their gun.
Yeah.
Because that's really specific. That doesn't look like.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, that is very specific.
Right.
Aztec or, you know, Maya.
It is crazy
Yeah.
that the eyes are like that though.
Yeah, it
I know,
is.
Right?
But we talked about Huey P. Long.
Mm-hmm.
Another person I wanted to bring up that it's you know, has history on Bayou Lafourche. It was that gangster
Oh, Carlos Marcellus.
Carlos Marcel.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I know a little bit about him just because I knew someone had mentioned before. Somebody knock again?
No.
I don't
No,
think so. Okay. Somebody had mentioned before about Carlos Marcello when I was in Grand Isle, and then I asked my dad about it. And my dad's like, "Yeah, that's absolutely true," because my dad used to work for Latelco, and when he worked for Latelco, the camp was still like up, and some people, I guess, in his family still owned it and lived in it, and they had to go do some work there. And the guy that was with my dad was just like, "Hey, look, we're going to this house, but it's like relatives of Carlos, so we're gonna go in. We're not gonna talk. We're just gonna do our work, and we're gonna hurry up and leave." And he's like, "Why?" He's like, "That used to be one of the biggest gangsters in Louisiana, and up until recently, I knew a little bit about it, about the assassination of
JFK.
Wow.
that he was involved in."
Another
him.
thing tied to the
Another
Bayou.
thing tied to the
Yeah.
body.
Right. And he stayed, I think he was hiding out for like maybe 10 years before.
Yeah.
Oh,
But he definitely had that camp there. And I've heard stories of him going, I'm not going to say that. That's still,
yeah.
yeah, I'm just going to leave that out. Anyway, there's plenty of stories in the Bayou. If you ask around, you'll find it out. I can't tell that story because that could involve stuff right now.
Oh, yeah.
That like my job and stuff. But this is really cool. This is a glass that I pulled out of his house. This was in a closet. Also, I think my daughter moved them. I had playing cards from there also.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a little wooden box that all the playing cards were in. And my dad really liked it, and he just stole it. He was just like, "Oh, I'm going to have to take that."
Oh, this looks nice.
Yeah.
Oh, look, they're up there.
Oh yeah, there you are.
Yep.
But that's really cool just to have like a whiskey glass from that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
That's awesome.
yeah, and then we had talked about so this friend of mine tears down houses, right? He gets hired,
Mm.
and in the houses he lets me go through it. Like that's where that grandfather clock comes from. A lot of the dishes and stuff come from these houses that he's gonna tear down anyway. And I found this. This is some brandy that's probably about 100 years old. I have drank some of it, so there's not a lot left, but we could all take a little shot of that, I think.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
Out
Also,
of the Marcello cup.
Out of the Marcello cup.
yeah, I think we should. And then I have a bottle of Southern Comfort. That's probably from like the 60s or 70s.
Wow.
It's still sealed.
That's crazy.
If I have another kid, I'll probably pop this open, but yeah, let's take a shot of the whiskey brandy. Do y'all want separate glasses or
No,
It don't matter.
we're just gonna raw dog it?
I didn't expect that, dude. That's wow.
It's actually not bad.
What an awkward glass.
I know, right?
I know.
Thank you.
It's actually really good.
Really?
Like it's, I mean,
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Dude, I'm not a whiskey person, and that's
Yeah.
phenomenal. I drink that whole thing right now. I'm
Yeah.
not lying.
And
That's good. It's aged.
right. I'm not a whiskey person either, but you could definitely tell
Yeah,
when it's an expensive.
Yes, 100%.
There's probably some particles from the cork, but
It'd be all right.
It don't matter.
A little cork never hurt anyone.
Bro.
here, you want to pour you?
Bro.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No, it's,
I
it's
can
very
Smell
good.
it from
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
you could tell it is strong because it will burn you. It'll burn your throat a little bit, but it's not bad.
For sure.
Oh, that's
It's good.
that's good, dude.
Yeah,
Not
it is.
bad.
Many layers of flavor in there.
Yeah.
So I could probably pour me another shot, and they'll probably have like one more shot left in here.
Save that.
Yeah, save
Yeah,
that.
save that.
So maybe we'll donate that to something, and you'll get the last shot of the 150-year-old brandy, and we'll throw in the glass from Carlos. Marcel.
Dude, that's so good.
Yeah.
It's
So,
good,
hey,
isn't it?
really
It's
good.
phenomenal.
Cheers to everything illegal.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah, that's good stuff.
that was pretty dope.
It's crazy to think that maybe that glass somebody drank out of it.
And it's got that
The
good.
biggest
pop.
gangster on the bayou
Yeah,
drank
Yeah.
out of that.
Right after. Yeah.
yeah.
It's got that good after linger taste.
Mm.
It does.
Smoky, you know.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
And I mean, coming from somebody, I'm not a connoisseur, but
Mm.
I mean, it's like getting in a Ferrari. You're not a car guy. You're like, this is the shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
But
That's really cool.
yeah, that's something else that's really cool. That
Mm.
I have a couple of friends that they tear down the houses, and I'm able to go in and pick up some of these things that will be lost to history. One of the last houses I went in, the family was there, and we were getting ready to tear it down, and he introduced me. He's like, "Hey, look, this is my friend Andre, and he's just coming in to see like if there's anything valuable in here before we tear it down." And they're like, "Oh, we went through it and we picked it," and I started pointing out stuff. I'm like, "That is worth $100. That is worth $200." And they're like, "Really?" And then I dug through the house and I found a box of records. So I brought it out in the front, and one of the sons of the old man was there with his son. And he's like, "Where does that come from?" I was like, "I found it in the closet." And he's like, "I didn't even know my great grandpa had records or whatever, you know?" And I'm like, "Well, dude, take them." And I flipped through them, and he's like, "Oh my God," you know? And it's just like those little parts of history that they would have never, it would have got demolished and
Right.
thrown away,
Yeah.
buried in, you know.
They just looked around and didn't really
Yeah.
dig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, instead of actually taking the time to
Yeah.
look at
Right.
things.
And then some
Yeah.
of the things like I'll have that my mother-in-law, she loves it. My grandma, she loves
Mm.
it. One of the funniest things I picked up from a house was it was a mink scarf, and it was 3 minks sewed together. That was a scarf that went around your. Yeah. I had it in my room for the longest time, and my grandma, which is 92 or 93, saw it. And back in the day, that was like the highest class.
Yeah.
Now it's just like a goof for me to wear 3 minks with the head, full tail, arms. Like, I was just being stupid with it. And she's like, don't pick that up. Don't give that away. Don't let that. And I'm like, do you want it? She's like, I do. So she took it and she's like, when I die, you could have it. I was like, thanks, Granny. I appreciate it.
So continuing the story with the Manx. So Grant, I don't know if you ever met Grant or stepdad.
I didn't.
Probably.
Your brother talked about him a lot.
Oh, dude. So like Grant used to have all kind of wild ass stories, and one time he was, I think it was underneath the like going to the Burglar Rose Highway. They were taking the turn to go to it, and like yeah. So they seen a mink like at the turn. So Grant took a beer bottle and flung it at it and killed it.
Killed it?
Killed it.
With a beer bottle.
With a beer bottle. Put it in the back of the truck, did what they had to do, and he got it mounted. Tyler has it in his in the house.
Wow.
That's an
Yeah,
awesome
dude.
story.
I'm like, only a Grant story, but like it's like I'm gonna have to get Tyler to get a picture and we could pop it up. It's on like a cypress, like old decrepit board.
Yeah.
And it's just like the
I've seen that before.
yeah.
That's great. My little brother killed an egret with a lighter. He threw
A lighter?
at it. Yeah, and just perfect temple shot, and he just collapsed.
God.
Yeah.
So I had
egret.
seen that you got a bill right there.
Yeah.
I remember
Oh.
whenever I was a kid, my step grandpa had gave me $100,000 Confederate bill.
Yeah.
Dude, for Katrina, magically disappeared.
Oh,
No idea where it
no.
went. Magically disappeared. But I think about that all the time. 100,000
Yeah.
Confederate dollars.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So that's I've never seen one like that. So that's
Yes.
probably extremely valuable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a $50 bill, and I have it sealed in this thing. But this was in a page of a book. I bought an old book, and I always flip through the pages because sometimes there's bills and letters and flowers. I have some poem books that have like flowers that they would put in it. But this, so when the Confederates lost, if you got caught with any a hat, a uniform hat, buttons, a Confederate rifle that had maybe Confederacy, any type of money or anything that was related to the Confederate Army, you could be put to death on the spot.
Wow.
Really?
So that's why a lot of these didn't last through the ages, because after the war, people were like, get rid of it, get rid of it.
Burning them.
And one of my buddies I hunt with in New Orleans, he digs privies, and that's where all those bottles come from. Basically, it's an outhouse. They would dig a hole, 10, 12 foot deep, put boards, that way the mud doesn't collapse, cypress boards, and they would throw bottles and trash, and, you'd go and use the bathroom in there. And after it filled up, you just move the outhouse over, dig a new hole. Well, he would find where these outhouses were, because if you go on a property that the ground's never been disturbed, over the years, like 150, 200 years, that privy, the material stuff would start to break down, and it would just make like a little indent. So if you'd see a little square indent on the property, that's probably where a privy is. But then you have to dig 10 feet down, which is an all day affair.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of screwed. I don't want to say his name, but he screwed me already. Like, I've already dug down until we like hit it, and he's like, all right, I'm tired, let's go home. And then the next day
He went.
he went and just dug everything out.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's still pirates out there, man.
Yeah. Modern day pirate.
Modern day
Yeah.
pirates.
Goodness.
There's something else I wanted to talk about. I guess we'll get into this. So, not a lot of people know. World War II,
Mhm.
German submarines would come all around the Gulf Coast.
Mm-hmm.
They have some that are still sunk. Was
Yep.
it you that mentioned?
Yep.
Yep.
And
My-
he's
you
the
said it.
one.
Nick
Yeah.
would know about it.
So my uncle owns a boat company, Sea Support Ventures, and one of their boats found a sunken German U-boat somewhere off the coast. I don't know exactly where it's at, but they have like imaging.
Oh
of
my
it.
God.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
And then what he does for work, not to say where it's at or anything like that, but he does fly over, and I remember you talking about it.
So for Hurricane Francine, this is off of the coast of probably Houma, like a Dulac. Had stirred the sea up, and we flew over one day. I didn't specifically see it, but somebody, a part of it, flew over, and they had two oil slicks coming up, and it was just a perfect, like, two of them making a stream. And looking up history in that area, there was a boat or ship that was sunk right there, and I think it was in World War II, and by two torpedoes, and those slicks had stirred it up. There was still some residual oil left in it. The sea stirred it up, and the oil was seeping out of those two torpedo holes.
Where it is.
That's where it was
crazy.
at. Yep. Crazy.
So that's where we gotta go and get your torpedo.
Yeah. It would fit like the grandfather clock torpedo.
I don't remember the name of the doggone ship, but we can definitely put you in the right spot.
Let's do that. But yeah, so I think the story goes like there was a submarine that broke and they couldn't submerge, so they were captured by the Navy in New Orleans or wherever they were from. And the prison camp was in Valentine, which is just north of La Rose.
Yep.
So I was hunting on a cane field adjacent to the property that the campsite was where they kept them, and they would work in the fields.
The crazy part is what submarine they came from, like the story of that submarine.
Yeah.
Which America stole the submarine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was 50 Germans that were on that submarine, and all 50 of them rigged it
To blow
up.
Yeah. And
Five of us, like 5 men from the U.S. that were
not
on
what
the
you
Navy
think.
boat.
A cameraman, like a naval specialist or some shit.
Yeah. He was
a
a
marine engineer,
Yeah.
and I think it was only 4, and like a regular
cameraman.
guard.
Hmm.
So like the 4 of them kept this ship afloat before, so they went to, like, to spite them even more. They went to the Bermuda Triangle because they said it was unsellable and whatever. Like, and then they brought it to port to use or like, and get all kind of intel, because this is one of the vessels that had another encoding of like the scrambling of how they would communicate. So they got, without them knowing, they tried to get this back to shore just so they could get the most of that intel, and they hid these people, like the POWs. They hid them just so they wouldn't get any word. So they brought them down here in Valentine in that camp.
I did hear about that.
So right now it's actually in a museum in
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, they built the museum around it. So
Yeah.
what the U.S. government wanted to do was they wanted to take that U-boat and actually test it during the Manhattan Project, like blow it up with a nuke. And one of the generals who was on the mission, whenever they stole the U-boat, was like, no, we're
gonna put it inland.
We're gonna put it
in a
on land
museum.
just to spite them to where they can't even come and steal it. So we're gonna put it in Chicago. There's no
Middle
water
of the
around
country.
it. Let's just Chicago.
Oh, dude,
You
they
know?
went.
Oh, yeah.
They did so hard on them.
Yeah.
Because 5 guys from the U.S. did what 50 Germans couldn't do and kept the U-boat afloat all the way from the coast of Africa through New Orleans.
I want to say the captain of the ship tried to off himself. Like in the medical thing, whenever they told him that, like,
because like his honor was ruined.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
so like they hit him in Bayou Lafourche. Another thing tied to Bayou Lafourche.
Yeah, the fat electrician goes over it.
Oh,
and
he has
called
a
it
great story.
Grand Theft U-boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the way that they saved it from sinking. Like, they hooked it up to where the actual shaft on the prop would free span
Yeah.
and generate electricity to the bilge
like
pumps
an
to be able to
alternator.
pump the water out, because the U-boat was actively sinking the
Oh.
entire time,
Like,
all the way from the coast of Africa.
I think it
till
was
they
like
got
a
here.
week they tried getting it to not sink.
Yeah.
Like fighting it like all
5 guys.
day. Five.
That's it, just
Yeah.
5 guys.
And, we like,
And a
we got him.
cameraman just to
We got
say
him.
pics.
Pixar, it didn't happen, dude. But
So, so they have the submarine at that museum.
Yep.
And the only other artifact that I know about is what I found there. So when I found this, it was balled up. It wasn't straightened out, and I straightened it out. But they have one of the arms missing off of this. And if you've ever seen a German flag from that era, that's what's on the very end.
Wow,
of it.
look at that.
And I didn't know. Whenever I got home, I kind of unfolded it and washed it off. And when I realized what it was, I'm like, hold up.
Yeah.
No, hold
I was
up.
like,
It's
this
big.
is like so crazy.
Yeah.
You know? And I brought that to a guy that's like, he's a buff for like World War II stuff, and he's like, absolutely.
I might get that off of because we're having a story on another podcast that I'm on that I'm doing this story on. I might see if I can get that.
You could take that, and you could take that other thing I have too.
Okay. That way I can show it on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And if you lose it, I could just go find it because that's what I do.
Somehow
I'm gonna get it back one way or another.
This is in New Orleans.
So another crazy story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I want to do that jar real quick
Yeah.
because this is gonna be hilarious. This will link you to the. So, my father-in-law has a hunting camp in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really hunt that much. I do my own, thing. I go treasure hunting and stuff. And I have a very good friend named David that lives up the street from there. And the little town is called Meridian that they stay in. And it's like had people there for 200 something years or whatever. And one day I went hang out with David, and he's like, dude, you do all that treasure hunting stuff. He goes, there's old bottles in the wood by an old barn. So I went to the old barn, and he's like, they had this and they had that. I always wanted it in the barn. I'm like, I'll go get it. And he's like, dude, don't go in there. There's full of rattlesnakes. And I'm like, rattlesnakes? Rattlesnakes.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah. So I went get all that stuff for him, and I noticed the bottles, and he's like, yeah, dude, whatever you want, you can just dig them up and take it. So I dug out this bottle pit. It was probably the size of half of this room and 4 foot deep.
Wow.
And I dug out all kind of bottles. I even dug up some pieces of gold chain and a couple other extremely interesting artifacts. I have some in my other shop, but I found aviator goggles for a World War II pilot.
What?
Come on.
It had the little metal piece here, but it had a little piece of leather. It was just rotted away.
Yeah.
So I have those. I
That's
actually
crazy.
wear those when I go like ride the motorcycle and stuff just to be an ass. But yeah, that was a good time, and I've dug like at least 4 or 5 5-gallon buckets full of bottles out of there. But this was probably the most interesting thing I found. And when I cleaned it off and I read what's on the bottle itself, because it's embossed, so it's so old they didn't have like paper on it. They would have to like emboss it. And then I'll read it out to you because you can't really see it. It says one of the Blue Plate's finest foods. This is probably the first example of Blue Plate mayonnaise that you'll ever see. This is like 1890s, 1880s.
Some Blue Plate
Some Blue Plate mayonnaise,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. So if you like Hellman's, you should go away. This is the only real Bailey you should use. And I have the first example I've ever.
Dude,
I've never
that's
seen one
wild.
this old before.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But that's pretty crazy. Like it's so old, they have the porcelain lid underneath the metal lid.
Goodness gracious.
It legitimately says that, dude.
Yeah, Blue Plate. maybe Blue Plate will buy it back from me. Like,
Maybe.
Yeah,
I need to
maybe
add
so.
a room to my house.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have another kid, so
That's,
That is really cool.
I just thought that was
I
interesting.
just feel like I
because
keep saying, "Oh, that's cool. This is
That's
awesome."
cool. That's
No,
awesome.
no, no.
Every time you say something,
It's better.
Honestly.
It's better than you point out something and be like, "Look, that's lame, though." That's
Yeah.
There-
No.
there's nothing in this room that is lame.
No,
No.
man, this is so much history. It's crazy.
And that's the
That's
crazy
awesome.
thing. Like we've
Mhm.
talked about before yesterday was like, there's some things in this room that I find and I'm like, I don't even know where I got this from.
Yeah.
Like I just noticed, I've never shown y'all, but in that little cubby right there,
Mhm.
I have an old cash register.
I see it from here.
Yeah, probably from the 1920s.
It's
And
huge.
Just acquired that.
I've just forgot that I had that. Yeah. This is something actually. It's really cool. That's probably the most odd thing on this entire table. So this right here
The Babette.
Yeah.
That's a perfect example of what I would call it. So I bought that off of a guy that bought a bunch of stuff at like an estate sale in New Orleans. And that comes from a lady in New Orleans. She was an artist around Katrina. She disappeared like when the hurricane came through. They never saw her again. She made all those creatures and figurines and stuff, and she was like that's a real voodoo doll. And that's as much as I know about it. I know they had some that were probably about 4 foot tall, and I think I have about
Got a few of them.
Yeah, 8 or 9 of them, and they're all like this crazy. I mean, there's barely anything human about it.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, when I went to buy them, I bought like 2 or 3 of them, and the guy's like, "Oh, thank God, you buying a couple of them?" I'm like, "Yeah, these are pretty cool." And he's like, "Yeah," he goes, "I just don't suggest buying one." And I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "Well, this lady bought one, and she said it moved around her house." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah," and her friend had bought one too, and it was like similar thing. So she brought it back to the lady and was like, "Look, go give this back to the guy." But when she put both of them together to bring them back, they stopped. So he's like, "I'm just letting you know, you should probably buy more than one." Granted, he could have been doing a great sales pitch.
Right.
Because I bought 7 or 8. 'Cause I'm like, I don't need these things running around my house.
Yeah, for real.
But it is very unique. There's no other ones like it.
No.
Every person that walks in here looks at that and goes, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah. Just like yesterday, whenever we came.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
hard. What is
the
that
hell is
beta
that?
right there?
Right.
Because, I mean, just looking at it, I mean, you got a bird head, an alligator tail, some tentacles, and chicken feet.
Yeah.
I've never seen that in my life.
No.
Yeah.
Even with all the books that I've read, I've
It's
never
definitely
seen that.
something.
Yeah, it's
Without a
something.
doubt.
And like they're all different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I even have some more up there. I have 3 more up there.
Yeah.
The one that messed me up the most is that one. Like it's
Yeah.
all disfigured.
You got some
and-
contortionist
Yeah.
vibes going on
the
right
face, The face is kind of wild.
Yeah.
That is wild.
So the last thing on this table I think I can talk about is that right here. So this is a rosary that I dug. So whenever I dug, there's a video on my Facebook about it. But when I dug it, the first thing I dug was the cross, and this was in multiple pieces. Like I probably found this in about 20 or 30 pieces. It still has beads missing. I was able to like piece it back together after a couple of hours. But the story about where I found this is the crazy part. So where my father-in-law lives, his dad lives next door. In between his house and my wife's grandpa's house, there's a pool. And when you walk out the back of his house, it's offset. Like it's not out the center of the door. And, I never really realized, like, why don't you just put it in the center of the door? Like, this would be so perfect. The reason why they offset it was when they dug the pool, just like on the movie Poltergeist, they dug into 14 graves.
Oh, wow.
They broke, like, the caskets were broken. And
Oh, my God.
so LSU came out, confiscated all the bodies and stuff. And, like, some were as young as 14 years old. And
Jeez.
I think they had like a couple of identifying things like books and stuff like that. Well, they did x-ray of the ground, LSU, and said, hey, there's like another 14 or 16 graves going this way, but there's
Jesus
nothing going
Christ.
that way.
Right.
So if you want to put the pool in, put it this way. If you go this way, you're just going to dig up more graves, and you can't do that. So they're like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And I'm like, hold up. Why are we even having a pool in this area now?
Right.
Yeah, we're just
Like-
gonna skimp over the 20-something
Yeah.
graves now.
Like, we're just not going to talk
We're not gonna talk about that?
They filled it in
Yeah.
since, but I've swam in the
Yeah.
pool a couple times, and my brain works like whenever I get in the pool, I just do this and go,
Yeah.
oh, there's
More.
dead bodies right on the side of me,
Yeah.
like right there, and I'm right where the other dead bodies were.
Yeah.
So,
The eerie little feeling.
Yes.
and the crazy thing is, this was not found like in the pool. When they dug all the dirt, they built up the other side of the yard, and that side of the yard goes down into a ditch. So every time it rains, it like washes away a little bit And one day I went there and I found a couple of beads hanging out. Started digging, and then the silver cross came out.
Wow.
So
that was probably buried with somebody.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's
So I could go put it back because I mean, I don't like disturbing stuff that I don't have to. I could go put it back. It's gonna get washed into the ditch, or I can keep it in here, tell the story.
yeah.
I think it's just more respectful that I continue to tell the story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course.
Without a doubt.
Is there something significant with this little rock that you keep it on?
No, that's just a cool piece of driftwood. I don't even know where I got that from. It's super cool. I usually just put whatever I'm showing off on there.
Yeah.
But
It's a nice display piece.
Yeah.
Some fossilized driftwood.
something like that.
Yeah.
One of the places I found some more like that.
That is pretty cool.
So this was found. I don't want to say where it's at because me and a friend of mine are still digging there. So there's a place where this washes up in the marsh. I'm gonna say it like that. This is Native American pottery.
I was
Wow.
gonna say, it
Oh,
looks
that's-
like the top of a vase.
Yeah. I think this other this. Yep.
Oh,
So-
shit.
Come on,
See,
man.
that
Look
was
at
a-
that.
Top of a pot. And this was like definitely the Native Americans that were here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And every time I go, I find more and more pottery. And I have a friend of mine that goes more often than me, and he finds a lot of pottery. And it's very interesting because someone took some of the pottery that we had, got it tested, and it ranges from 3,000 to 6,000 years old.
Gee.
Because there's like, if you look in the side of it, you could see that it's like they use like, I guess, clay or blackjack.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's still like biological stuff like maybe grass or something that they can.
Crazy.
It really is, man.
But to think that thousands of years
Thousands
ago,
of years.
Yeah.
and eventually the place where we're getting this is going to be
Man.
completely gone. So if we don't go get it, it'll be
Right.
completely lost to history.
Yeah, and that's the only bad part, man, about all the erosion and everything over here. And what really upset me about the whole Delta diversion program, but that just crashed.
Yeah.
With all the sediment trying to divert from the Mississippi to come over here to rebuild the coast and
Mhm.
everything, and they just stopped it because of the oyster farmers. Yep. So
Yeah, and
yep.
it'll go quick.
Oh,
I mean, I know it
absolutely.
just in my lifetime. I've seen, once you cross over that bridge, like where Leeville is.
Oh yeah, all the forest and
Oh, yeah,
everything
you
that
can
they
see
used to
it.
have over there.
Man.
Mm-hmm. It's all
It don't
gone.
take long.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Not too many people know about that place too. So Leeville, a long time ago, you could pass when they had the other bridge, and you could see the graveyards that were getting washed away.
Yep.
They still had all the headstones,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and after the last couple of hurricanes, they're completely gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
I remember that because I remember them trying to reach out to some of the remaining family members of people who were buried there to
Mhm.
go and
Get
get
it
their loved
preserved.
ones to, move it up the bayou. And
I mean, little known
Little-
fact: when you're driving from Golden Meadow to Grand Isle,
Mhm.
you're gonna pass 3 little graveyards that are at high tide. They're underwater. Like
Mhm.
the cross and the headstones are out of the water, but at high tide it's covered. And eventually that'll be gone too.
gone.
Yep.
Gone.
I might stop and take a picture of that and send it to you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can. Yeah, we'll put it into the video so that people can see it. And for the people that can't see it, we'll just put it on Facebook
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So, but yesterday I remember coming in and seeing your chair right here, buddy.
Yes.
You know, that
So
you
I
had said was
found
the devil
that. Yeah.
chair.
I found that in Meridian,
Mm-hmm.
and it has the craziest face on it.
Absolutely.
And that's what my wife's like, I don't really like it. And my little girl's
Mhm.
like, that's a monster. So it does look devilish, I
Yeah.
guess. I thought it looked like maybe Nordic, but I have no clue.
Close.
I tried Googling it. And there's
Mm-hmm.
no replica of that. I
Nope.
can find stuff similar to it, but that's the only one. I'm pretty sure it's hand carved.
Yeah, because I tried looking it up last night too. like that specific chair, looking it up. So that's the Green Man. So a little thing about history, a little history lesson. In ancient Rome, they used to have a god called Dionysus. So Dionysus was the god of fertility, wine, and partying. Okay, so the Vikings came in and they were like, "Yo, y'all all for us now, and we're just gonna pillage and completely ruin your culture and this, that, and the other." So then comes in the Green Man. The Green Man was their collective version of Dionysus. So with the spring renewal and stuff like that, you have the Green Man that comes, and it's just a symbolism of the renewal of spring and all the greenery and stuff like that. So
it's
that
like
was
the
their
summer
pagan god,
solstice.
yeah. Or like Ishtar, and I think it's like old Arabic religions. Ishtar was like the first iteration of Easter, our Easter. Well, then comes in the King Arthur version of it. So you have the King Arthur version of it where the Green Knight, same face as that, comes in and tells the entire court, hey, if someone could land a blow on me in 1 year, I'm going to come back and return the blow that you struck on me. So Sir Gwent comes in and chops the Green Knight's head off. The Green Man's head is completely off. He's beheaded, and instead of his body falling over, he's still sitting straight up, and he grabs his head. And he's like, in 1 year, I'm going to return this blow to you. So for the whole year, Sir Gwent is freaking out. Yeah. He's like, oh my God, I'm going to get beheaded. So he goes to the chapel, meets him at the Green Chapel, and the Green Knight comes in and grabs his axe, and he's like, are you ready? I'm going to give you the same blow that you gave me a year ago. So he goes, he swings back the axe and nicks his neck, cuts it a little bit. It turns out that it was King Arthur's like sister that was the witch of the court, trying to test everybody to see how strong they were. So that's another iteration of it. And then you go into the Catholic iteration of it. There's multiple variations
of the same story. So Seth ended up going back to the Garden of Eden. Okay. So he went back to the Garden of Eden and he found one of the trees. It was this beautiful tree. He ended up finding a seed, and he went home, swallowed the seed, died, tree grew out of him, and that's his face. Really? That's Seth's face. That's why it looks like they have leaves coming out of his mouth. And that's why in a lot of churches and, like basilicas and all, you'll see that face. And that wood that grew out of Seth's body is supposedly the same wood that they crucified Jesus on. Holy moly. Yes. That explains the things. Yep, the leaves coming out of her mouth. Yeah, it's like vines. It's vines coming out of her mouth. That's insane. You have to post a picture of that for sure. Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll take a picture of it before we leave and all, but yeah, dude. Crazy. Yep. That explains it, because I couldn't find anything on it. Yep. And usually I'm pretty good at looking stuff up, that has to be like a one of a kind, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. It could be Victorian era. So that chair was actually broken. I found it at an antique store, and the lady wanted like $500 or something for it. And I was able to talk her down until I got it for a decent price. But I brought it home, pulled all the hardware out, put it back together, put some wood glue, and put everything back together. And you can't tell now, but that's probably one of the most interesting things I have. I'll never get rid of that. Oh yeah, don't. Never. Yeah, I think it's awesome. Pretty slick, man. They have it on like pews and furniture and stuff like that. And then like another interesting thing is, since the Green Man was also one of the gods of fertility, people would carve his face into bed frames. Oh, that's right. Chairs for them to ponce. Yeah, and spot you need to get fertility. Oh yeah. Yep. Have coitus, as Jacob called it. Yeah. So I have one more interesting story. I don't know how much time we got left, but if you can grab that book behind you, I'll start off the story with that book.
Dude, that thing is massive.
Yeah. So funny story about this. I'm gonna start this story, and I'm gonna introduce another story, and then I'll finish this one. If that makes sense. Okay. Yep. So I don't know if you can see it right here, but there's an indent in this book right here.
Got it.
this was sitting in an antique store, and on the outside of the antique store, it said 1885 Furniture Company. So this was in the building from 1885. The furniture company is now an antique store. The lady that had the antique store had pulled some of the furniture from the attic of the building and was selling some of the furniture. One of the pieces of furniture was either a desk. I don't remember if it was a desk or like a big cabinet, but the leg was broke. So she slid this book underneath it to keep it from like wobbling. So I saw the book and I'm like, how much for the book? And she's like, oh, that big book? It's just got a bunch of names in it. So we kind of went back and forth and I ended up, getting a comfortable price on it. And, but I knew what it was because I read on the spine of it here. You could read at the top, it says Masonic Registry. And on the bottom, it says Masonic Log. And I was like, that's a Masonic logbook.
Yeah.
And so probably about 4 years ago, 4 years ago, I was metal detecting at one of my relatives' house in La Rose. And the property that's like, I guess, south of her house was an old doctor from the 1800s. So they had found medicine bottles and stuff like this. My grandpa, digging up a tree, found an old silver coin. So I knew there was stuff in the property. So I'm digging, and I have that video up where you can watch it. I dig up a big coin, and I thought it was like a 1 cent penny, because pennies were like the size of a 50-cent piece at one time. And so I called, like all my cousins were there. It was right after my grandpa's funeral, so all my family was down, And I waited until they got there to wash the coin off. And the first time I rubbed it, it started shaking because I realized the symbol on it. It was a symbol of the Freemason symbol. And it's a Masonic coin. And with that coin, it was actually a token. It said 1914 Masonic coin, Freemasons, and it said something else. So I knew a couple of Freemasons, so I asked them about it. And one of them actually came to my house to come look at it. And he's like, we tried researching this. We don't know where you got this one that has the same date, same name, everything on it. We don't know where that comes from because there's no other example.
Wow.
So the best that they know what the coin was like when a Mason was a powerful man, especially back in the day, still are today. If you would get sick and you were sending a friend of yours to Nick's house because Nick could make him get better, aka the doctor, at my grandma's house. If they didn't have any money, but you're a Mason, you would give that coin to that person and say, when you get to Nick's house, you show them this coin or give them this coin, and they'll do whatever you say because you have the blessing from you. And Nick's gonna know, like, the only way this person gets it is if they have this token. And basically, if you needed a horse, you needed a place to sleep, you needed medicine, food, that was like your pass.
Right.
So the Mason that I talked to, I don't want to say his name, he's like, what's your plans with it? And I'm like, I don't know. And my wife was just like, I don't want that in there. He's like, I know it's a secret society, so I don't need to know none of their secrets. So I said, look, my friend, like, I might donate it to you. And my wife's like, yeah, sure. And when I told him about it, he's like, absolutely. He goes, I tell you what, you come to our next meeting and you could sit down and you let everybody know you're going to donate it. Because if you donate it, I still want you to get, like, not paid, but you're going to have maybe favors or something. So when I walked in, a lot of them are looking at me like, hey, he's not one of us. So he introduced me and, like, I shook hands with a few people, and one of them was I donated it to a lodge in Homa. And one of the guys I shook hands with was the sheriff at the time, and he was in there. So, but the guy that I know from the Bayou, he knew I was donating it for free. I had it in a frame, where they can put it. And one of the guys came and said, "Can I see it?" And I was like, "Sure." And I showed it to him. He's like, "What's your plans with it?" And I didn't want to like spoil the moment. I was about to like give a speech about how I found it.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm just gonna hang on to it. He goes, "I'll give you $2,000 for it right now." And I could have just said, "Yeah, okay, let's do that."
Yeah.
But I was like, "No, I think I'm just gonna hang on to it." And after we had like a little supper, and I talked about how I found it, and I said, "Look, I want to donate it to you guys. You know, like I found this. You know, what I'm gonna do? Put it on a dusty shelf?" And that same guy that came, he's like, "Why didn't you take the money?" I was like, "I just didn't feel right." And he's like, "If you ever need anything, you let me know first." And I was like, "All right, that's cool." But that was an interesting story, and it was really weird going in there because you would.
I don't doubt it.
I went into like the actual room that they have the meetings in, and I don't think you can go in there unless you're. Yeah, and it was pretty interesting.
Wow.
But I'll show you this. So this is a Masonic logbook. I've never posted like the names in here.
Yeah.
So I'll flip through it. I'm not gonna. I don't want to show any of the names in here. But there is probably over 1,000 signatures. This book is like.
Wow, look at that.
Back to front.
It's crazy because looking at it yesterday, you could see like how crazy like they took their printing like of their names.
Right.
Yeah.
And this whole book is filled. So I didn't tell y'all about this. One of y'all got y'all phone on?
Yeah.
Can you turn the light on for me? I don't know if it's not picking up on the camera. So let me have you. Oh. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you this. So a friend of mine that's in the Mason, when he came to look at this book, I watched him do this with his phone. I'm like, "What are you looking for?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing." But I watched what he did. So after he left, I did the same thing.
Oh, wait.
What? I'm gonna try and get a picture of that.
Can you see, does it have the date?
Yep. 1921.
What does it say? 1921?
1921?
Yeah. So it has a name of Waverly Lodge, 1921.
Dude, that is.
So he was looking through page by page doing this,
Right.
and to tell you the truth, I've never looked any further. So they could have more watermarks, but this is straight off of like National Treasure.
Yeah.
When they had like the secret watermarks and stuff like this. So
that is nuts.
yes, and I've had two guys offer me the money for this. They were both Masons, but
Just because they won it, or
yeah, they want it. They asked me first, like, "How did you get that?
right?
Like, how did you get that? Because if you're not a Mason, you're not supposed to have it."
No.
Yeah.
Right.
And but it's for sale. So I'm trying to have another kid, even though this is like the coolest thing that I've ever came across.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
I'd rather have another kid because I think that'd be cooler. So
Yeah.
After we were done, Corey, can I look in there?
yeah, you can.
Because there's a certain name I want to see if it's in there. I don't want to say it on here, but
Yeah.
Look,
I want to
there's
see if there's a certain name in there.
so many people have asked me, and in fact, there's a guy. I don't want to say what he does, but he lives in New Orleans because it'll give him away. But he's taken the book for about 2 weeks, researching names because he was looking for a certain name because he's like, if the certain names in this book, because he was linking like certain people to the Masons that were like secret, like they were never. Yeah. He's like, if you have it in there, just that signature being in that book, he's like, I'll be like the middleman, and I'll get you a lot of money for it.
Wow.
But he never found it. But he's like, I've only been through page 200, whatever,
Right.
and there's 580 something pages. But there was presidents, actors, congressmen, leaders and stuff. It's pretty wild. Like they have people from Los Angeles, California, Florida.
That's crazy.
Even places I don't think are in the United States. Like it has lodge number, whatever.
Yeah.
And I just don't think they're in the United States because I can't, like, the name of the place. I'm like, that doesn't even sound like in the United States. It sounds like from somewhere else.
Dude, that's so nuts.
Yeah, that is wild.
So talk about creepy having that.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
wrong person's like, we have to take that from you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come and grab that, bro. Yeah.
By the way, I don't leave that here. That goes back in the safety deposit box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without a doubt, I definitely would put that in a safety deposit box.
But
even with your exorcism kit that you got, that's
Yeah. If you want to grab that, we could open
Zero home exorcism kit.
that.
That's
I'll
this,
talk about
right?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take that little demon off the top or whatever that is.
Oh yeah.
So this was
wild.
found at another antique shop, and the lady that sold it to me. So if you Google it, it says it's like for the last rites. But if you just read through it, like when people would have exorcisms, because it was a lot more prominent 100 years ago, they would use the same stuff. And this is actually super wild. I don't know if it's picking it up on camera very well. I don't want to pump that out.
We just get pictures.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
But there's like a little glass case in here with that's like a handkerchief or something. I'm not even sure what that's used for. But there's silver spoons that are bent, and you could tell like,
Wow.
and this is actually horsehair that they would dip the holy water in, and that's what they would sprinkle. Yeah. On the the person that's dying, or if someone's having an issue.
Yeah.
An issue.
And this is actually holy salt, but there's like ashes in there for some reason.
Wow.
So, and whenever I was taking all this stuff out, I saw there was a pin, like a needle pin. Not sure why that's in there. And no, this is very interesting.
That is without a doubt.
And this is one of the items that my wife's like, don't put that down on the table. Bring that straight over there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is there any significance with these documents?
So, those documents, we're not gonna be able to pick those out, but we can get pictures of those later. Those are super interesting. Those are a bunch of paper documents that I found through the books that I buy. So I collect books, and I'm gonna let you in on a little secret right now. All your investments, like Bitcoin and 401k, that's all great. The thing that's gonna be worth its weight in gold is this, because these are all
Ancient textbooks.
Well, they're books. So some of these books I've found in antique stores. Some of them I found on the side of the road that people are just getting rid of.
Wow.
But they don't realize how valuable they are.
Right.
Because some of them are, like not these per se, but some of them could be one of a kind. There's only one copy left in existence. These are like 300 years old. Those are from the 1760s. There was only 12 volumes made of those. Like there was 12 sets. I have one of them. Because there's like, online you can go and you could take the books and put, I have this set of books, pictures. That way it just keeps track of how many books are out there.
Right.
And there's only 12 known like copies of all the different chapters, and I have one of them. I have two of the books are missing, but I actually have them in my house. So I have another stack of like even more valuable, but I keep those inside just because if this place burns up, there's probably like 10 grand right here. I don't need another 10 grand to burn up.
Yeah.
But like this book, I can't even find it on Google. I have no idea. And this is like real gold leaf.
Come on.
Yeah, and that's like a little creature or a monkey. That's a bear, some other stuff. And then there's a guy riding. So this was printed in like 1830s. But there's a guy riding some type of like vehicle, like a bear. Like, I don't know if it's the Vermana or whatever, because this is from like Hindu India. It's the same thing like that treasure chest down there. That's the same. That's from India too. But yeah, books will be worth their weight in gold, or probably even more valuable. So because they're biological. Like if you leave them out in the weather, they'll just completely go back to nature. So I keep them in here. I have AC running, keeps the humidity out of here. And I have special totes that if a hurricane comes, load this all up, and that comes with us, the kids, and the dog. So, that's my go-to right now. Addicted to it. And plus, you find things like this, like all those letters. Like I have one letter in there. It's from the first charity hospital. They still have it in New Orleans. It's called Charity Hospital. And it's written in French, and it's writing to someone in France to send money because their dad was sick, and it's all written in French. It starts off ma tante, my aunt, and it speaks about the dad is sick and stuff like that. And I'll probably end up donating that to the hospital, because when you walk in the hospital, before my grandma passed away, she stayed there for a little bit. They have, when they dug the ground up to rebuild the new hospital in the same location, they found medicine bottles and
all kind of stuff.
yeah,
Sure.
all related to the charity hospital.
So they have like a little exhibit.
Yeah, they have some big glass windows on the wall that's full of. It talks about the nurses there and some of the nuns and stuff, and that would be super cool because it literally says the charity hospital from, and I think it's like 1830 something.
Yo.
But the one that's closest to you, that's folded up. Well, it's unfolded now, so that's off of a ship. Because one of the stamps I was able to research it, and it's one of the stamps is like directly related to the ship, and it's, I mean, crossed the Atlantic or Pacific multiple times, but on one of the trips it sank and everybody aboard died, and that's one of the letters that comes off of that ship.
Oh.
And then the one in the middle is it's a document putting a guy's son. His name was Mathicus Tharp. And he's putting his son into tinsmith. And back in the day, a tinsmith, those panels that are on the roofs in New Orleans, they would hammer those out and make designs. And that was like
on the ceiling.
Yeah, that was a big time job. If you were a tinsmith, you were doing very well. And he's putting his son into apprenticeship to be a tinsmith. So that's super cool. And that's one of the few that's in English, not in French or German or anything.
Right.
So, and I bought a piece of furniture a while back.
I wish we still wrote like that.
Yeah,
I know, right?
It's like art. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
In that piece of furniture over there, that's where the letters are. And I didn't find them in that. I found them in a different one. But when I took the drawers out the piece of furniture, there was letters all underneath the drawer. The piece of furniture was probably like 150, maybe a little bit older.
Damn.
But all the letters were still sealed. They had just been opened, read, and then put back. And what it is, it's like 13 letters, and it's love letters from a guy to a girl. And you could read from like when he met her, he just continuously wrote her over and over. And you could tell in the letters that the girl never responded, because each letter gets like more and more depressing. And my wife read it for the first time, and she like started crying, because you could just tell the guy's heart is more and more broken.
Right.
And in one of the last letters says, this is before mail was delivered to your house. So when the mail guy came to town hall or whatever, everybody showed up to get their letters, because that's the only form of communication.
Yeah.
And he wrote in a letter saying, I show up, I'm talking to people, and they're asking me like, hey, why are you here? He's like, oh, my love is here. And I met her and I talked to her, and I think he was like in the military, so he got moved or whatever. And he's like, I'm hoping that she wrote me. And he's like, I go every week, and my friends and my neighbors are getting letters from their loved ones across the country, and I wait to hear my name and I never hear it. He goes, I'm just waiting to hear from you, my love, my love, my love. Because he ends every letter with, I love you, I love you, I love you. And you could tell he's just infatuated with this girl. And one of the last letters is it says, to whom it may concern. And it said, this is the last time I'm writing you. I haven't heard from you. And, hopefully one day I'll better hear from you. And it's just a man broken hearted.
Yeah.
That's
And, that would have got tossed. If someone would have bought a piece of furniture, like, I don't redo furniture. Like, you can notice everything is brown in here. I'm not peeling the varnish off. I'm not painting it, because I love old, broken, and dirty. I say that's me. I'm old, broken, and dirty. But someone else would have took that drawer out, thrown the letters away, repainted the cabinet, whatever. But I had to. I won't touch any of the furniture. I leave it just like that. And it's just amazing to have those stories, because there's so much emotion, like on that piece of paper and that pen that's written.
it makes you think, because it's like you just said earlier, like somebody could have been lost to the wind. How much stuff like that has been lost because of what you just said? People just not paying no mind, throwing it out,
Infinite amount.
Plenty of stuff I've found on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Like, just I'll drive by and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, this one right here, that bookshelf, that's probably like 80 years old. That was on the side of the road.
Wow.
It's like solid oak, maybe.
Yeah, it's gonna last forever.
Oh, we know that you like old, broken, and dirty things, so we got you something there, buddy.
I appreciate it.
Right there. Ringling Brothers.
Barnum and Bailey, the greatest show on earth. That is awesome.
So what that used to be is a part of a train set, a child's train set.
Oh,
Whenever
really?
everything was made out of tin and all of that.
Yep.
It's actually from 1945. Yeah, it still has.
I didn't even see they got the light bulbs still on it.
November 1st, 1945. It has a date on the bottom.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's insane.
So all of that wiring and all, it may still work. You may want to get a fire extinguisher if you try to, jump start it. But yeah,
That is super cool. I appreciate that.
and it's crazy, dude. So I had seen it online at that place, the Lucky Rabbit that we were talking about, and I'm like, man, I need to go and pick that up.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I appreciate it. I'll put this up on the table here. I feel like kind of like Joe Rogan with a bunch of stuff up
I
here.
know, right? Whole bunch of stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, I love history stuff like that. Like the thing you just brought me.
Mhm.
They don't make stuff like that anymore.
No.
That'll last another 100 years if it's just taken care of.
Mhm.
But you buy one thing at Walmart today,
All
and my
plastic.
daughter, she'll break it in 24 hours.
Yep.
You know, and that's why I'm so intrigued with all these old things, because if we don't take care of them, they've lasted this long. Some of it's been underground for 100, 200 years, but if we don't take care of them, they'll disappear. And
Yeah.
every time something in history disappears, the story's gone, and then we just forget about it.
Yeah.
And the people connected to the stories and their stories are all gone too.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks about it. But that's also what's good about what you're doing. you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
with everything that you've done, finding all of these things, and especially whenever you give stuff back to the families and all
Yeah.
stuff that you've found.
Well,
you know?
so in closing, I
Mm.
think we ran through a bunch of stuff today. I have found, I'll tell the story of one of the family heirlooms, like the Masonic coin.
Yeah.
Brought it back to them. I was metal detected in LaRose. It's next to a certain place. I don't want to talk about it because I'm still searching.
Yeah.
there. I found, it was like a medallion, probably, I don't know, probably the size of like a saltine cracker, but circle. And it was heavy brass. And when I rinsed it off, the letters were backwards. And I'm like, what is this? Like a wax stamp? Maybe it's reversed. Well, when I got home and did a little research, it was a notary stamp. So it was like basically a set of pliers that would squeeze this round
Oh,
disc.
yeah.
And whenever I took a picture of it, reversed it so I could read it, it said James M. Bollinger. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. A Bollinger. Like I know the Bollinger shipyard. Maybe it's one of those guys. So I put it on Facebook, and a guy I know from LaRose messaged me, said, the guy's name on there is my wife's great-great-grandpa. And his
Wow.
wife was maybe in her 70s, 80s. She's since passed. And so I messaged him back. I'm like, that's so crazy. I was like, he goes, where did you find it? I was like, how about I come over? I could show it to you and your wife, because she was very interested, and I'll tell you the whole story about it. And I told my wife, I was like, I'm going to give it to her. She's like, look, I mean, I love your hobby, but we're going to go broke if you keep all these chances for us to,
Yeah.
make a little extra money. And I said, no, I can't do that. It's a family heirloom. So when I brought it to her, it was like her great-great-grandpa, or maybe great-great-great-grandpa, but it was from like the 1830s. He was the first Bollinger that came over from Germany, or
Oh wow.
That's amazing.
I don't know exactly where he was from, but he was the first Bollinger on the Bayou that started that empire for Bollinger Shipyard. And she was one of the grandchildren that doesn't have anything from, like certain people got, maybe furniture or this or that.
Yeah.
So I told her, I was like, look, it's yours. You can have it. She's like, no, absolutely not. I'm like, look, my favorite thing about this is not me having it in my room. I mean, I gave both of y'all some stuff that I dug up. To me, it's about finding it.
Yeah.
The feeling you get when I dig this out of the ground is not the same feeling I get when I show it to you on the shelf.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, it's gone, it's past. I have to get out there. I have to dig it up. I have to discover. That's what my passion is. So keeping it locked in my room, it's cool to show it off, but when the right person comes around that I feel like, hey, it would be cool if they had it, because I could tell like they would love to have it.
Mm-hmm.
I just go ahead and love it.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think we've covered most of the stuff. I'll be back out hunting pretty soon.
Yeah, dude, if you want to plug anything, man.
Yeah, where can they find you at?
Yeah, so I have my YouTube channel. You could just look up Rattlesnake Dre, or go through my Facebook. It's all linked there. My Instagram has a lot of my stuff on it. But I mean, I'm not trying to like make a bunch of money doing that.
Yeah, of course.
That's just to share it. I've been talking about doing a podcast. I'm glad you guys were able to come here. I think this was,
yeah, man, this is a really cool place you got here.
I appreciate
it. Especially seeing it on the camera.
Yeah, I mean,
it looks so good.
You know,
it's awesome.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, so I've been bouncing around a couple ideas, talking to my wife about it, of just doing like a this day in history. Yeah. And I talk about, something I found that linked to that day in history.
Yeah.
And I know like AI is really big, and I have a couple of friends that they'll put their pictures in AI, and like basically I would put myself in the battlefield, in the middle of the battle, and I could be showing the bullet I dug up while the battle's going on in the background. So that'll capture people's attention and be like, man, this is so crazy.
Yeah.
And what better way to learn, especially for the younger kids,
That's a really awesome idea.
Yeah, without a doubt, man.
So, but I appreciate you guys coming.
Yeah,
great talking to you.
Thanks for coming on with us.
Man.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. But
definitely loved having you on.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever want to come on again, dude,
Eventually we'll have the Ghost in the Coast reunion.
Yeah. We have to call it something really cool.
Ghost in the Coast 2.
2.
Like Happy Gardens 2.
Yeah. That one is better. No, Ghost of the Coast is crazy, man. I'm glad we could bring that back from the dead.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be the first episode, Back from the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, no offense to Tyler and Cody, but that was my favorite segments of the whole DSR thing too. I'm sorry, but it really was.
It was really good.
I appreciate being the small little part I was on there. I've told Kyle before. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, and he's so cool and slick, and it looks like he's just got all this knowledge. He goes, "Me neither, man." Me neither. But
just winging
it.
Kyle's great, man. I see big things in his future.
Oh yeah.
He's just got the style and the flair, and he never gives up. His pursuit is in one direction, and that's the way. If you want to make yourself in life, just set your goal. Don't let anyone stop you. I've had people in my life tell me, "Oh, don't do that. Don't post that on Facebook. That's stupid." And
that's how it started with us.
Yeah.
Because with all the clips and stuff, everybody was like, I don't know. But it's fun to us. I don't care what people say.
Right.
Someone else is going to like it.
Yeah, and then now we got, countless people watching us talk about Lionel's Taco Bell addiction. Which, by the way, if you want to donate to the Taco Bell with Lionel Foundation, it will be greatly appreciated. For every $1, we'll feed him a hard shell taco. Every single dollar. So if somebody wants to donate $1,000, we'll make sure that he eats 1,000 tacos. It was a great idea that was actually brought to us by Andre.
As I'm a huge fan of Taco Bell also.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
But yeah, all right, guys. It was great.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Thank
all
you.
Right.
Definitely enjoy
Later,
it.
y'all.
Yep. Hey everybody, Nick here. Wanted to pop in real quick to tell all of you thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. Really hope you enjoyed the episode, as well as the 2-part series of Rattlesnake Dre. Andre is an absolutely wonderful person, and we had a blast recording with him. So with that being said, if you like the video, you like what we're doing here, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share this video with your partners. It really does help us out a lot. Also, our website is finally available!
BayouChannel0.org. On there, you'll be able to learn more about us. You can find all of our social media platforms, our posting platforms, and eventually we'll have merch on there available as well. But that's at a future date. So one more big thank you from all of us, and we'll see you on the next one.